Part 41. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 401. Master God. Master God. He is really playing a conspiracy. Master God. Please kill him. Kill him. Kill him. My lord. My Eastern British Army is being brutally murdered at a rapid rate. My lord. Hurry up. If you don't do it again, my East England will be completely over. Jukin's funeral showed a mourning expression on his face. What the hell are you waiting for? Are you stupid? What a chicken angel. The whole thing is spicy chicken. Waste. There is hatred in the eyes of Jamura Burial looking at the wind chaser. The wind chaser frowned. He didn't pay attention to the burial in the village in a state of madness. Instead, he focused his attention on Fang Fan, as if he wanted Fang Fan to give him some explanation. What's happening in front of me is really too incredible. To devour so many people's lives in an instant, even he can't do it. Foolishness. That's the magic of the scriptures. I said it long ago, your aptitude is good, but there has been a problem with your mood. Now by reciting the scriptures, you already have the opportunity to achieve the status of the true God to some extent. Now these visions of heaven and earth are building momentum for you to achieve the status of the true God. Use these lives to build your path to becoming a God. Don't you have some kind of woman's kindness? Do you think killing is wrong? Fang Fan raised his eyebrows and reprimanded the envoy of the wind chaser in a lecturing tone. It's not so much a reprimand, it's better to say a few bewitching. Fang Fan simply wanted to delay a little longer. Of course, he didn't think anyone would believe his flawed rhetoric. Normal people think for a few seconds, and they should react. Fang Fan winked at the little golden dragon Ao Guang, implying that it is ready to defend at any time. Now, under his command, only the one-star king level Xiao Jinlong can slightly resist the attack of this divine envoy in front of him. When the intermediate hell messenger was not yet formed, everything had to be low-key. The village funeral on the side heard Fang Fan say this, and immediately felt relieved. No one would choose to believe such a rhetoric this time, right? If you believe this, then he can be killed by a headbutt. This is such a mess. It turns out that it is, no wonder I feel blood boiling all over my body at this moment. This scripture is truly extraordinary. I can have such a vision of heaven and earth just by reciting 2 sentences. If I thoroughly comprehend it, wouldn't that be a true God directly? You really didn't deceive me. Don't worry. As long as I become a true God, your benefits will be indispensable. Now the wind chaser has fallen into some kind of crazy nightmare, and he is now fully focused on the achievement of the true God. As for other things, he didn't bother to think about it. Like the dissatisfaction and crying of the village funeral, does he care about the attitude of a dog slave? Besides, in the face of absolute combat power, he felt that Fang Fan would not dare to lie in front of him, and then do these little things. In this way, these movements are indeed made by him. With this thought in mind, the chasing wind god seemed to be even more motivated to read the Tao Te Ching. Jukin Burial. He was almost so angry that he spit out another mouthful of blood. There are such stupid people. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 402. The village funeral roared with blood on his face. He felt that if he didn't vent his anger, he would be mad at him. One general is incompetent, and the 3 armies are exhausted. The gods are incompetent, and the whole of East England will be buried with them. The wind-chasing envoy silently turned the Tao Te Ching to the last page. It says, "The XX bookstore was printed in XXX year XX. Boom." The wind chaser's face suddenly became extremely ugly. He's just too obsessed with becoming a true god, so he fell in love for a while. But he is not stupid at all. Seeing this, if he didn't know that this was a trap, then he was living in vain. This is so, even the printing date is exposed. What kind of truth is this? And you dare to tease me? Today, I will kill you. The wind chaser soared into the air, his eyes instantly turned blood red. He hadn't been so excited for a long time. The anger in his heart has completely devoured him. At this moment, he only has one idea, and that is to kill. 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 Completely brutal killing. Kill with impunity. Ha ha ha, finally no longer stupid. That's great. Tears filled the eyes of Jukin's funeral, and I finally looked forward to this moment. The godly messenger finally got enlightened. That way, it's good. Fang Fan. You're dead. What can you do with your plans? What can you do if you destroy my millions of troops in East England? In the end, it still ends with your failure. After killing you, this world, I respect it. The burial of the village was excitedly scurrying around, and the surging meaning in my heart was completely condensed in the form. Fang Fan looked at the performance of the wind chaser and the village burial. Not only there was no sense of fear on his face, but a smile on his face. Tisk. I woke up, it's good. Otherwise, I'm really embarrassed to kill a fool like this. The corners of Fang Fan's mouth rose slightly. Now he wakes up, it's too late. His intermediate sacrificial messenger card has been completely released. The intermediate hell messenger has also been summoned. A low-level hell messenger, with a 1-star king level combat power. Intermediate hell messenger, with terrifying 10-star king level combat power. Terrible. The situation has been completely fixed. Fang Fan gestured with a smile. The expression on his face was unusually relaxed. Death is imminent. How dare you be so arrogant? The wind-chasing god made a secret drink, and the whole person has rushed over. The weapon in his hand has been tightly held in his hand. What he uses is a huge hammer weapon. Sonorous. At this moment, the intermediate hell messenger of the 10-star king level stood in front of Fang Fan, and the hammer of the chasing god smashed the intermediate hell messenger, causing no damage at all. The intermediate hell messenger blocked it with a sickle, and directly provoked the hammer in the hand of the wind chaser. In a state of dazed expression on the face of the wind chaser, the intermediate hell messenger kicked out and kicked the wind chaser very far. The wind chaser fell to the ground and vomited blood. Full of amazement. This is an angel. O supreme angel. What's the matter? He vomits blood. It's not logical. Shouldn't the angel be an invincible existence? How can you still be defeated? Everyone on the city wall was stunned. They watched helplessly as the invincible divine envoy in their hearts fell heavily to the ground and could do nothing. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 403. This is so, it looks more arrogant. Can the angels be hanged? Jukin Burial opened his mouth so wide that he could no longer close it. His last hope was all gathered on the wind chaser in front of him. But what does this mean now? It's clear that it's going to be cool. Impossible. It's absolutely impossible. I must have read it wrong. That's right. It's true that I've read it wrong. The village burial can only paralyze himself in this way, but only he himself knows what the real situation is. At this time, what can he do? Cough, cough, cough. How is it possible that in this world, there is an existence that can hurt me? Jukin Burial's eyes instantly tightened, and a look of extreme disbelief appeared on his face. He is an invincible angel. Even if it is suppressed by the power of the rules of the world, it can still exert at least the combat power of a 5-star king. This big man in front of me, is stronger than him? The answer is naturally obvious, the intermediate Hell Messenger is a 10-star king level existence. Is it surprising to hang up an envoy with 5-star king level combat power? You can't hurt me. I am a god. I am a god. How dare you disobey the great god? I will punish you. You will be punished endlessly. You are committing suicide. The Wind Chaser clenched his fists and stood up slowly, with a look of infinite glory in his eyes. The status of God made him feel extremely honored. In the face of these humble ants, he really has a sense of supremacy. The key is that the previous village burial was too humble. Holding him too much makes him a little bit floating. Boom. When the Wind Chaser was at the peak of his pretense, the intermediate Hell Messenger arrived, slapped him on the head, and slapped him directly into the city wall, sinking deep into the cracks in the city wall, unable to extricate himself. Tisk, why? What kind of real god are you? At best, you're just a fake god. There is no god of fire and godhead, this kind of counterfeit dares to show up. Fang Fan pouted, and said with direct contempt. Bang bang bang. Clap clap clap. The 10-star king level Hell Messenger frantically attacked the wind-chasing god messenger, beating him all over again and again. But 7 or 8 minutes have passed, this guy is still so energetic. Fang Fan's eyes narrowed slightly, this resistance, simply not too strong. Why haven't you been killed yet? Kill him. Fang Fan gave orders to the messenger of hell. The attack of the Hell Messengers became more and more violent, but from the beginning to the end, the Wind Chaser was still so energetic. No matter how many wounds there are on the body. Ha ha ha. I can't die. Even if the strength of this divine envoy is compressed, it is still an invincible divine envoy. You ants can't kill me. Tisk tisk tisk, all have to die. All of you have to die. Wait. When I find a chance, you will surely die. The eyes of the wind-chasing god radiated an infinite light of hatred. The humiliation suffered today is too much. And these humiliations were all brought to him by Fang Fan. For the first time in his life, he hated someone so much. Lord God Envoy, you can't die, ha ha ha. Can't die. Can't die. That's great. In the turbid eyes of the village burial, there is an expression of infinite excitement. This kind of feeling of village after village is not too cool. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 404. Fang Fan's eyes glanced at Ju Village Burial. This guy, is he so excited? Fang Fan subconsciously took out the fire dragon gun, and then shot it at the village funeral. Boom! The fire dragon gun spewed out a fire dragon, which directly took away the 2 legs of the village burial. Just now, Fang Fan specially kept his hand, and he mutilated him first, so as not to screeching around. As for letting him die just like that, he still can't punish his sins. Hee, that's so naive. I want you to die in infinite despair. Fang Fan's eyes glanced at Jukan Burial Order and Wind-Chasing Divine Envoy, who were quite a match to some extent. System, can it be swallowed now? Fang Fan asked directly. Right now, this Wind Chaser has been beaten to the ground. Ding. Yes. Bind him, don't let him move, then grab his head with both hands. Fang Fan secretly breathed a sigh of relief when the affirmative voice of the system came. Take advantage of the 10-minute summoning time of the intermediate Hell Messenger, and complete this as soon as possible. Otherwise, wait until the time of the intermediate Hell Messenger is up and be summoned back by yourself, that would be a bit of a shit. Grab him. Bind his limbs. Fang Fan snorted coldly and ordered directly. The actions of the intermediate Hell Messenger are naturally very fast. As soon as Fang Fan's order was given, the intermediate Hell Messenger rushed out and directly pressed his body on the Wind Chaser, so that he had no chance to make trouble. "Let me go. Ah! Let me go. I'll let you go. Damn it! I ordered you. I told you to go away. Didn't you hear that?" Suddenly being held down by a big man, and there was no chance to move, the Wind Chaser was extremely embarrassed at this moment. He secretly swore that as long as he got the chance, he would definitely let Fang Fan die. Otherwise, he will not be able to avenge this revenge. "Be good, don't move. It will be fine soon. It won't hurt you for long." Fang Fan walked slowly to the side of the Wind Chaser, calling out loudly, but he still felt a little bit like a wolf grandmother. "Hee, even this big guy can't help me, you can hurt me too. Even if I let you attack, can you pierce my skin? Ridiculous. Really funny. You're such a weak bastard. I can crush it with one hand. If I'm not mistaken, is there a time limit for this big guy to be summoned? Is he going to disappear soon? Wait, when he's gone, I'll remember what's happening to me now. I'll pay you back 100 times, 1,000 times later. Don't worry, I will torture you little by little, I won't let you die so easily. Tisk tisk tisk, I want to make a specimen of you, I want to harvest every organ from your body, I want to make one by one, ah, ah ah ah." The Wind Chaser, who was in the midst of babbling, suddenly shouted, and the whole person froze abruptly. Painful look on his face. "Don't, ah, it hurts. Let go of me. Don't touch my head. Don't be like this, let me go. I'm willing to let you go, don't do this to me. No no no. I can be your escort and fight for you. Let me go. Please, please." At this moment, the wind-chasing angel, how can there be the slightest demeanor of the angel? Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 405. Fear was brimming in his heart. Saying nothing, that's definitely a true warrior. Facts have proved that whether it is a god or a person, in the face of extreme fear, they will subconsciously emit the fear in their hearts. The pseudo-god in front of me is naturally within this range. Fang Fan's eyes were very calm from beginning to end. For him, the wind-chasing angel is the target of death. In a way, he is a scourge. Fang Fan has completely offended him, and now there is an intermediate hell messenger controlling him, so Fang Fan still has a chance to devour her divine power through the system. But if you wait until the 10-minute time limit for the intermediate hell messenger runs out, waiting for Fang Fan, it will be a complete counter-kill. Fang Fan was never willing to hand his life over to others. Fang Fan's hands became stronger and stronger, he pressed the head of the wind chaser tightly, and watched his head squeeze, crack, and dry up little by little. Soon, the dignified and majestic wind-chasing angel turned into a mummified corpse. All over his body, there was not even a trace of blood. The scene became surprisingly quiet, and everyone's eyes were focused on this, watching the fall of an angel. No. It's impossible. I don't believe it. I don't believe it's true. It's fake. It's all fake. It's all fake. Master God Envoy is invincible. Who can compete with Master God Envoy? This is absolutely impossible. How can human strength be compared with the divine envoy? This is simply a fantasy. The one who was most excited at the moment was not Fang Fan, but the village burial. His body trembled frantically, and the killing intent in his eyes gradually turned into panic. He was screaming as he climbed frantically towards the back. His legs have been killed by Fang Fan. At this moment, he can only rely on his hands to climb sadly. This place is too dangerous, and he wants to escape. Must escape. None of the guards around him who were escaping to death were reliable at this moment. The millions of East British troops under his command have also vanished at this moment. At this moment, there is only a long silence waiting for him. Jamura Burial suddenly felt that his shoulder was touched. Immediately, he turned his head subconsciously. He saw a familiar figure. It's a Lion Bone. The 10-star Dragon and Lion Knight army commander. This was originally his subordinate, but now it has become Fang Fan's help. There was a look of anger and resentment on the face of the village funeral. Go away. You traitor. I don't want to see you. The village funeral roared fiercely at the Lion Bone. For the betrayal of the 10-star Dragon and Lion Knights, this is his eternal pain. I don't want to see you either, but my master invites you to come over. A sneer appeared on the face of the Lion Bone, and he was contemptuous of the burial in the village. Such an existence has no leadership skills, and only knows how to enslave the legion under his command. Fixation is a disaster under such people. No. No way. Lion Bone, I know you hate me, but I ask you to let me go. Fang Fan catches me, he is going to kill me. Just for the sake of our once master-servant fight, you let me go. Can you let me go? As long as you promise to let me go, I will give you whatever you want. There is absolutely no falsehood. I beg you. I'm begging you, okay. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 406. The humble appearance of Jukin's funeral seems to have no bones at all. This attitude from the beginning to the end, is all about the theme of humility. After all, he is also the commander of a party, and he is also a lord of the country, big and small, to be so humble. In order to survive, even the last dignity was lost. Ha ha. Actually, I don't hate you. I don't hate you, on the contrary, I want to thank you. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have met the Lord. If it weren't for your tyranny, if it wasn't for you who have been excluding me, suppressing me, and even trying to make me kill myself, I wouldn't have met the Lord. So, it's all fate. I don't have any resentment towards you, on the contrary, I would like to thank you for letting go. Thank you for your tyranny, and let me make my final decision. The Lion Bone spoke calmly, and while he was speaking, he directly lifted the burial of the village, and then silently walked to Fang Fan. My lord, someone has been arrested? The Lion Bone silently stood in front of Fang Fan, and casually threw the burial of the village in front of Fang Fan. It's hard work. Let's go down first. Fang Fan waved his hand and walked to the village funeral. Kill me. Give me a treat. I won't give in to you. Whatever means, just use it at me. If I frown half, then you have won. The village funeral closed his eyes. He knew very well what would happen to him next, and if he died, he would definitely be unavoidable. The things he did were enough for Fang Fan to find 1,000 reasons to kill him. Although he is very afraid of death and fears death in his heart, he still has to show an unscrupulous appearance on the surface. He just wants to stimulate Fang Fan in this way, and then he can have a good time. Fang Fan suddenly smiled. He just looked at the village funeral. This guy is so innocently cute. Want to die? It's too easy. Just wipe the neck. But compared to the things you've done, of course you can't let you die so easily. Doing this, is it worthy of those dead Chinese souls? Doing this, can't eliminate the anger in my heart. Tisk, this 18th floor hell penalty card, is very suitable for you. This is a very rare card. It's your honor to use it on you like this. Fang Fan silently draws a card that exudes a ghostly aura. The 18th floor hell punishment card. After use, the object being used will suffer various punishments from the 18th floor of hell, and will die only after experiencing various punishments. The first level of hell, tongue-pulling hell. Second layer of hell, scissors hell. The third level of hell, the iron tree hell. After the 18th floor of hell punishment card was used, the body of the village burial trembled, and I saw that his body was controlled by an invisible force, and then his tongue was slowly pulled out. Pulling out little by little, dragging stiffly. Don't want. Kill me. Kill me, okay. I'm in so much pain. Fang Fan. You incompetent bastard. I killed so many of you in China. You didn't have the guts to kill me. You, what kind of hero are you? Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 407. Now let him continue to attack a divine envoy, he is also powerless. Ding. Devour a false god and gain the power of 9 threads. Ding. Please choose how to use divine power. First, the host will be swallowed directly, but 99.99% of the possible host will be swallowed up by divine power in reverse. Second, stranded there, after about 10 days, the divine power will dissipate invisibly. Third, let this system devour, this system can feed back a silver level hero summoning card. The system sound echoed in Fang Fan's ears. Fang Fan always felt that this voice seemed familiar, as if he had heard it somewhere, so it sounded so familiar. It seems that the dog system also gave him 3 options after devouring the gods of the Flame Kingdom last time. Fang Fan tasted it carefully, and gradually found some tricks in it. That's not right. I remember the last time I asked the dog system to devour divine power, and I also reported a platinum level hero summoning card and a bronze level hero promotion card. This reward, why is it discounted so much? What the hell, are you trying to play with me? Fang Fan's face darkened instantly. Is the dog system doing human affairs? This shameless method. If Fang Fan didn't pay attention, he would have been fooled like this. But this kind of thing, can it be just like that? Ding. Last time I devoured a quasi-god and gained 7 strands of divine power. This time, I devoured a pseudo-god and only gained a trace of divine power. Ding. The amount of divine power between the two is not comparable. The indifferent voice of the dog system came, and Fang Fan's eyebrows raised subconsciously. 7 strands of divine power? 9 silks divine power? Is there any difference? System, how many strands of divine power are equivalent to 7 strands of divine power? Fang Fan frowned, a little confused about the conversion relationship here. There seems to be some problem with this conversion amount. Ding. 1 strand of divine power is equivalent to 100 strands of divine power. The system responded like this, and Fang Fan instantly understood. If you look at it this way, the 7 strands of divine power obtained by the envoy of the Flame Kingdom that was killed before are nearly 100 times that of the envoy of the East England that he has swallowed now. From this point of view, it is understandable that the reward gap is so large. Fang Fan nodded secretly, expressing his understanding. Okay, then, bring that silver level hero summoning card. After clarifying the stakes, Fang Fan had nothing to say, waved his hand, and said calmly. Ding. A silver level hero summoning card has been issued. Use the silver hero summoning card. Jax meets the Lord. A man wearing a purple robe and a mask suddenly knelt down in front of Fang Fan. On his face, a pair of dark eyes seemed to be very mysterious. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes and nodded secretly. Fang Fan's eyes continued to glance at the weapon in Jax's hand. Well, it's actually a street light. Arms Master Jax. Really awesome. It's so awesome that you don't need to waste time on weapons anymore. People can hang everything with a street lamp. Fang Fan directly clicked on Jax's property panel. Name, Jax Weapon Master. Level, 10 stars, in the seal, not higher than the host 3 levels. Quality, silver. Normal skills, jump slash, charged strike, counter-attack storm, Grandmaster's power. Exclusive skill, relentless strike. Loyalty, 80. Relentless continuous attack, Jax's continuous attack will infinitely stack his attack speed, and the more you fight, the more fierce it is. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 408. Another 10-star hero. Now under Fang Fan, the number of 10-star heroes has increased to 5. From the very beginning, Galen, Vega. After that, Caitlyn, Kyle. And now Jax. His hero lineup has continued to swell. From Fang Fan's point of view, there is a sense of satisfaction in my heart. My lord, I have found more than 300 pieces of heaven-penetrating divine jade. The lion bone walked over silently and handed over all the jade that he had collected. These heavenly jades were all found from the burial of the village. Fang Fan raised his brows. The reason why he asked this question was because after the envoy was swallowed up by the system, the envoy's personal space collapsed on its own. The items inside naturally could not withstand the attack of the space storm, and all turned into nothingness. No, there is no heavenly divine jade on Jukin's burial. These heavenly divine jades were automatically burst out from his portable space after the death of the divine envoy. Everything else in his carry-on space collapsed on its own, but this heaven-penetrating divine jade remained strong from beginning to end. The lion bone answered honestly, there was no need to lie about this matter. What should be said? Exploded from the portable space of the wind-chasing angel. Fang Fan's eyes flickered with surprise, and his face changed a little for no reason. What kind of thing is this heavenly god jade? Not only can it be used for cheating in the Tower of Heaven, but it is also regarded as a treasure by these gods. Even the power of a space storm can't smash it. Fang Fan pondered to himself, from his point of view, this is indeed an issue worthy of attention. If you want to solve these mysteries, you can only become stronger and go to a higher latitude world. Will that be the world inhabited by the gods? Where do these divine envoys come from? Fang Fan pursed his lips, these are obviously questions. To solve these questions, it will take time to pave the way. System, you said before that the heaven-reaching divine jade can be used to build the heaven-reaching divine ladder. I now have 600 heaven-reaching divine jade, is it enough? Can I build the heaven-reaching divine ladder? Fang Fan's heart moved secretly, this kind of temptation made it difficult for him to let go. Ding. Warm reminder, the heaven-reaching divine jade in the hands of the host is not enough to build the heaven-reaching divine ladder. Ding. Please don't be imaginative, host. Ding. Please continue to work hard. Ding. In order to urge the host to work harder to collect the divine jade, go to the realm of the gods to open a new card shop as soon as possible. Now release the main task of the system Road to Heaven. Introduction to the task, gather millions of heaven-reaching divine jade and build the heaven-reaching ladder. Go to the god realm. Mission time limit, indefinite. Successful reward, the system is newly upgraded once, the host is promoted to the first level, and the host is promoted to the third level supplier. Failure penalty, none. Fang Fan's eyebrows raised slightly, a dignified look appeared on his face, along with the urge to vomit blood. The reward of this road to heaven is extraordinarily rich, but the difficulty of completing the task also makes Fang Fan discouraged. This is an impossible task at all. Isn't this playing him? You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 409. Fang Fan was stunned. Little sister-in-law. What's the situation? Fang Fan. Yamei and Zhao Yaxin stared at him together, the guilt in those eyes was too urgent. The romantic debt you caused yourself, solve it yourself. Yamei came over and pinched the soft flesh on Fang Fan's waist fiercely. This woman's jealous attitude is actually very similar. Zhou Kaishan. What's going on? Tell me quickly. Turning over his face in black, after speaking for a while, this is trying to suffocate people to death. Until now, he didn't understand anything. He finally returned from an expedition to East England, and he was admired by all the people along the way. Now that he has returned home, what happened to me? Fang Fan. My man. You are finally back. In the distance came a graceful, white-skinned beauty with wavy curls, with a sense of fitness all over her body. Especially the bumpy figure is even more memorable. Fang Fan glanced at it and came to two conclusions. First, this is not a Chinese person. Second, he had never seen the woman in front of him at all. What's the matter? This is a complete disaster, isn't it? Do you want so many women to post him upside down now? Who are you? I don't know you at all. What's your purpose here? Fang Fan frowned and glanced fiercely at the exotic beauty in front of him. Heart of beauty in everyone. But it also depends on the circumstances. Like the woman in front of him, Fang Fan felt a dangerous aura in her. People who can make him feel dangerous are at least as good as him in realm. I'm Karen. You should have heard my name. You've always been the man who pressed on me. Kylan speaks fluent Chinese. After the end of the world, human beings have been upgraded in an all-round way, and their learning ability has also been greatly strengthened. Like before, if you want to master a foreign language, you need at least a year and a half of training. But now, maybe half a day is enough. This is the power of the new human after the new evolution. Originally, after Fang Fan explained and even directly stated that she did not know the woman in front of her, Yamei had already believed it, and even felt guilty that she shouldn't have squeezed Fang Fan's soft flesh in such a hurry just now. But when she heard Kalin say the latter sentence, the gentle look on Yamei's face disappeared instantly, replaced by endless icebergs. You've always been the man who pressed on me. This is so ambiguous. Fang Fan hugged Yamei in his arms to prevent this little girl from continuing to do bad things. After hearing the name Kylan, Fang Fan realized who was in front of him. The second place in the personal combat power list, the top 3 regulars in the Legion combat power list, the second place in the Tongtian list. That Kylan from country M. Fang Fan paid attention to Kylan at first, because she had said a few words of maintenance for Fang Fan on the World Tongtian ranking. But Fang Fan noticed that he had a good impression of her. Unexpectedly, she came directly to Zhang Cheng today. Running for thousands of miles, what do you want? Kellen, the goddess of war in country M. Tisk, that's really a famous person. But don't make this kind of joke in the future, I'm afraid my back won't be able to support it. Fang Fan pressed Yamei's delicate little hand, so that she could no longer behave badly. Yamei also reacted at this moment. Kylan's reputation may not be as good as Fang Fan's now, but as a regular visitor to the third list, her name of Valkyrie is definitely a household name. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 410. I'm not joking. My man will only be the strongest. From the very beginning, I believed you were my man. There was a fiery look in Kalen's eyes, and the fiery flame seemed to want to burn everything in front of him. Fang Fan frowned. Is she still a nympho? He's my man. Kalen. I admire you as the world's goddess of war. But my man, you can't take it away. Yamei hugged Fang Fan's arm, with an intimate look on her face, Her small head was crooked on Fang Fan's chest, and she couldn't do it. There can't be only one woman by his side, I'm willing to serve him with you. The fiery color in Kylan's eyes became stronger and stronger, although Fang Fan felt dark in his heart, he could feel Yamaer's tender little hands testing him. Fang Fan coughed twice. Kylan, I'm sorry, if you came here just for this matter, then I can only say sorry. I am a person who pays attention to feelings. Indeed, you are beautiful, but, we have too little interaction. Fang Fan shrugged and hugged Yamaer affectionately. Rejecting an exotic beauty who can score 10 points does require a certain amount of perseverance. Fang Fan felt that he was the incarnation of Emperor Perseverance. So, are you driving me away? Kylan's white face was a little surprised. There would actually be a man who would reject her riposte. Could it be that this man in front of him has some kind of psychological and physiological disease? Well, you can understand that. Fang Fan shrugged and nodded. Kylan's arrival looks a little weird. Fang Fan is not that kind of hungry ghost, so he should be cautious about such existence. Forget it, I'll tell you clearly, do you know the heaven-passing divine jade? Kylan suddenly changed her words and talked about this matter. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes and glanced at Kylan secretly. I know, what's up? You have a divine jade on your body. Fang Fan took 2 steps forward, a look of joy on his face. What he is extremely lacking now is the heaven-reaching divine jade. Of course not. Kylan shook her head and said it succinctly. Fang Fan's face turned black. Why didn't you say anything? Oh, that's fine. Fang Fan waved his hand, feeling a little regretful, but thinking about it is right, it is precisely because of its rarity that Tongtian divine jade is more precious. But I know where the heaven-reaching divine jade is. And I know that the divine jade can be used to build the road to the sky, then, you can leave this world and go to a whole new world. That is the world where the gods live. The gods there are immortal, and exist forever. Kylan's eyes shone brightly, and she also has an unparalleled desire to be promoted to the upper realm. Who wouldn't want to be stronger? In fact, these are the same. Where is the divine jade? Tell me, if it's true, I can buy it at a high price. The conditions are up to you. Fang Fan took a breath, and his eyes showed excitement. The news of the long-lost Tongtian jade. My condition is, let me be your person. Kylan blinked her big bright eyes and dragged the topic back to the beginning. Fang Fan shrugged, being attractive is not a good thing. This is a dead end. If it's normal, it's okay to promise. But Yamaer is standing here. Raising a mistress in front of the main house?